Hello and welcome. You're watching NewsX and this is a special presentation of the Cricket World Cup between India and Australia. Well, without further ado, I'd like to invite my guest, Christopher Pofu, the international cricketer, bowler, fast bowler from Zimbabwe. Also joining me is Tasneem Granger, the women's international cricket analyst right now. She's played for 15 years and she's at the last day of her commentary right now with us. And also we are pleased to have the famous international elite umpire, Mr. Anil Chaudhary. Welcome to the show. Mr. Chaudhary, before we get into how India is playing, Tasneem, what's the latest score right now?
Good day to you all. And currently India finding themselves in a bit of a pickle but looking to find their feet as well. Currently they are 96 for the loss of 3 in 14.2 overs.
I think this partnership is very crucial. They should bat for a few overs and then they can look for run rate and all.
Absolutely. Chris, what do you make of this India? Do you think India is in a bit of a bother right now?
Definitely say no. I've seen these two, they've always batted very well together. Yes, especially on a final like this, you need those moments where heart of the fans can beat a little bit. So that's something that we've found so far. But I still got some belief that these two will definitely do the job. So yes, they've lost those 2 quick wickets that happened, but I know this team. When you've got these two guys, they know how to fight. So I still believe that they'll get over the line. Absolutely,
they'll get over the line. That's what India is hoping for. Tasneem, how did the game start? The toss was won by Australia, put into bat to India, and I think the due factor was another point. Well, we also have this umpire thing, but before we get onto that, a small little trivia kind of a thing. Dharma Sena was a player of the '96 World Cup. He was the umpire for the previous World Cup, and now Illingworth was a spinner was a player at the 1992 World Cup and is now umpiring. So pretty interesting day for stats for umpires right now. Definitely. What do you say, Anil?
I think they should take it as a normal game. That's what they are doing, and match is evenly poised. As I said in the beginning,
yes,
batting first or batting second, all this team strategy, but still you have to play well, and final is a different ball game.
Absolutely. Yeah. Chris, how would you, if you were the batting coach of Indian side, how would you and what would you tell them right now, looking at the scores currently?
For me, I shouldn't, if I was the coach, I'll still say we still got the game, the run rate has been good. Yes, we've lost three wickets, but that doesn't, take us away from the game. As long as if these two can bat, going at fours, and you still got a lot of overs to go. So just stay calm and keep doing what you're doing. So far, I think these two are doing quite well.
Well, absolutely. What is the game of Virat Kohli? How does he react to a situation like this, Anil Chaudhary? You've seen him grow from an under 15 player to the King Kohli.
I think if you ask me, ideal situation for him, because he likes this kind of situation where he can bat normally. He has time now. Maybe sometime if you have to rush through, then he's slightly different. But now this is the ideal situation for him, and he should play his normal game, and he can always score 80, 90 good runs, and plus if he can go beyond, that is wonderful. And this partnership is very crucial. And if he is there, the others can play around him, which is very, very crucial. Experienced guy, confident, and other team is always in the opposition, always in under pressure when he is there. Well, remember.
Well, you've seen him confident since the age of 14 and a half or perhaps 15. Hasn't he changed a bit in the last 20 years?
Big change. That time he was a naughty child and talented, but that fitness, other focus thing, I don't know who was mentoring all those years, 3-4 years, and he's a true professional. We all these players can learn a lot from him, and fitness is key for his success, I tell you.
Well, absolutely.
He's a totally different guy now.
Well, absolutely. Tasneem, what are the other roadblocks India should now encounter? Because the pitch turning? There would be some purchase, there would be some bounce, there would be some nip, there would be some spin. Adam Zampa is a big red flag for India right now?
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be a lot harder to get rid of Zampa from the end. He's coming on as well. Turning the ball away, obviously, to both right-handers. He has the larger boundary on his side as well. That's something that Australia have purposely done, putting Zampa coming in from that end. But not to remember the fact that he does bowl the googly quite a lot. And Virat Kohli's success rate, probably I'd say just to the off spinner, his strike rate just somewhere below 80 or just on to 82 or 83 right there, will let you know that Zampa would look to bowl the googly a lot more to him as opposed to just keeping it straight to his traditional stock ball. But taking nothing away, I'm with Chris and everybody else on this, that these two have batted together for quite a while as well. And I think just them being able to settle in and take it in stride for them will definitely begin to cause problems for Australia. On the other hand, they need to not take their foot off the gas. If they have pressure on, now is a great time to keep it going and don't give KL Rahul a chance to settle in.
Well, absolutely. He's looking good. Perhaps he's settling in really good. He's currently at 9 from 21 deliveries. He's taking his time and he will definitely now get to consolidate his innings. Anil Chaudhary, how would you look at, and we also have David Brooks in the house giving his version of it, but I'll come to Anil Chaudhary. If Rahul is playing, what would you tell him and to do what and to avoid what?
I think more or less both are same kind of batsmen. They will take their time and they can anytime accelerate the score. As I said, number of balls, deliveries, don't consider them. Just go for a partnership. They should play another 10-12 overs. Then they should look for different game plan. And partnership is very, very important. So please don't consider deliveries, number of balls, strike rate. Leave that. Just a good partnership of 12-15 overs. Then change your gears.
Well, it's very interesting to hear someone who's watched the game so closely, and that too modern form of game, the T20 and the ODIs and the Test match. In fact, he was the umpire for the pink Test match, the famous historic Test match. But coming back, David, very interesting point he made. Don't look at the numbers, don't look at the runs that are to be scored, just look at 10 to 12. Do you think the discussion is now evolved from runs, balls, average strike rate to forming a partnership at this juncture?
Absolutely. It's this is cricketing common sense, and two men who demonstrate that in large measures are in there together now, Kohli and Rahul, and they won't be fazed by this. We've seen Kohli dig in before, and he knows that it's about getting a partnership and getting through these next overs. The scoring rate is still sitting at just under 6.5 and over. So although the crowd's gone very quiet, the tension in the air, it's never going to be easy. It's never going to be a cakewalk against Australia, not with the quality of their ground fielding and the catching that we've seen. But really, I mean, you've already seen that Maxwell is a potential weak link in the Aussie bowling lineup. They're bowler short, and Kohli and Rahul will know that. And I don't see any cause for alarm at this stage from Indian fans.
Well, no cause for alarm for the Indian fans. Some reassuring words coming in. Tasneem, if you are looking from the Australian side, do you think they've done a good job by containing India and also taking those 3 big mega wickets?
Well, I wouldn't say they managed to contain India entirely, but where the plus side is for the Australians right now is the fact that they've actually taken those 3 wickets. That will feel like a bit of a consolidation for them as well. In terms of their fielding, though, I do want to highlight the fact that I feel like they've saved close to, I'd say, 10 to 12 runs in that first power play as well, with some great stops out on the boundary, as well as looking at the catches that were taken, as well as even the catch that got Rohit Sharma out. You can see that Australia has brought the same fielding momentum they had against South Africa in the semi-final into this match as well.
Well, absolutely. David, what do you think the next 15-20 overs should be? What should be India's goal target on this?
Well, I think Kohli and Rahul need to stay together, and I'm not really too bothered how many runs they score in the next 10-15 overs. They need to stay in. Kohli will have his eyes set on maintaining that partnership, and he'll be moving inexorably towards another great landmark. I mean, with Virat Kohli there, okay, India have lost 3 big wickets, but Kohli is still there, and Rahul is in the team for precisely this reason, for that solidity that he gives the middle order. And yes, India untested if another couple of wickets fall, but with Jadeja at 7, he's always there. He's got, he is an insurance policy, because he will relish this situation too. Big occasion player. So yes, the crowd has gone quiet. There's tension. It's a World Cup final, and Australia on top of their game. But India, I think, have got the measure of this Australian attack, and they'll be looking to take advantage of that weak element in the Australian bowling lineup.
Well, Jadeja is an insurance policy, and you only use the insurance policy at a time when some sudden untoward incident happens in life. Do you think this is where it is going, Anil Chaudhary? Do you think this is where India's middle order is going to get tested, and it's got a vulnerable belly right now?
I think yes, because previous games top order was batting well and middle order were finishing. One key player India has who is still yet to score, Surya Kumar.
Yes.
Today is Chhat Puja and Surya's day. So let's see. I'm hoping for the best.
Very nice way to put it. Surya, yeah, Chhat Puja. That's a form of festival where you look at the sun god. Well, Tasneem, what is the update we have with the drinks right now?
So currently, teams are just back on the field right now, just after the drinks break. However, India still, like everybody said, they are looking to rebuild and find their footing again and just start all over again. You know, this is that point when you press the reset button and everybody keeps going at it. They currently are 102 for the loss of 3 still, no change there. And it's 16.2 overs gone.
Very interesting. Sir, as a fan, we would like to know, get a peep inside. ये drinks interval पे होता क्या है? I mean, what exactly do they talk? Do they sing? Do they talk? और ये बोलते हैं भाई यहाँ देखो मेरे family crowd that is waiting something. Just give us a peep inside that.
It's a mix and match. To ease things, sometimes they talk, which is off the cricket, which is they don't discuss what is happening around.
Can you share that? Can you share that? Come on. Be a sport.
No, we are at some distance, so we don't know exactly what they're talking, but we can see laugh. And sometimes they are doing serious talk as well, because what to do, they get messages from the coaches, from colleagues also, like you must have seen Ashwin coming last game.
Yes.
And they talk a lot of logical things.
Yes.
So it's a mix and match, and all these players are professional. They know what
Everybody
to do, when
is professional.
to do, how to
I wonder what umpires talk at the end of it. Just do they talk about the bowler, the impact player, the batter, or
No,
just...
we talk sometime about travel also, how we are traveling after the game.
Right. That's an interesting first time we are getting to hear an umpire, an international umpire of that repute, elite umpire, talking about their drinks break sojourn. Well, David Brooks, if you can hear us, do you think India is going the same way, considering the first 100 has come in a little scrappy manner? Do you think, would you agree to that?
The runs are on the board, Sunil, and that's the key thing. There's always going to be a scrappy first 10 or 15 overs. I'm sure that Kohli and Rahul will be discussing their dining arrangements later tonight after the celebrations are over. No, they won't be getting ahead of themselves. They certainly won't. They won't be getting ahead of themselves, but there's a calmness about the way Virat Kohli has played this tournament. He is the top run scorer in the tournament for a reason.
Yes.
Australia will be doing everything they can to get him out. But, you know, he digs in. He's a test match quality player, and that's what's required at the moment in this enthralling 50-over tournament. It's not enough to come in and give a quick hit. You need to dig in. When the going gets tough, the tough get going.
Billy Ocean, yes, we remember that. Let's go to, instead of Billy, let's go to Bobby. Bobby, what do you think if you're the coach and you're telling them where to bowl, because 37% of the bowls have been pitched right up at the good length? Do you think they'll pitch it up and keep the Indian batters at a safe distance? Your views?
David's just talked about that India, who have the way they're playing, in that almost a test match mode. And now it just depends on who's tested a bit longer. So I'll still keep, doing what I'm doing, because I felt like the Australians have really bowled quite well. Their fielding is just even tremendous at the moment. So it's about who cracks first. But it's going to be good to see, because Kohli is not one of those qualities that just cracks easily. So I'm looking forward to who crack first in this point.
Who blinks first is more important. Anil Chaudhary, who do you think in this case? Runs, Hani, board pe, who will crack first? Tough question.
Evenly poised, I said earlier. Difficult to say. And that is the good thing about this game. If we can predict everything, then no one will watch it.
Absolutely. There's no point to buy the ticket and go for the match. It's like even you pull out a draw, do a scratch card and win and get home. But Tasneem, What's your reading of this? You're a player yourself. You've spent time on the field for 15 years. What is your reading?
Yeah, I think India may have lost early wickets, but you take the current form that they're in, you take the current form that the two men at the crease are currently in, and I think there's no cause for panic for them just yet. Australia, on the other hand, will be feeling a bit confident as well with the position that they've put themselves in, but again, like I said, they don't want to take their foot off the gas. They may be questioning themselves. India, this case, is this the game that they start missing Hardik Pandya in as well? He could have played a pivotal role in their middle order. If they do lose another 2 quick wickets, they might find themselves in a bit of a tight position. But again, like I said, the two men at the crease are two men currently in form, as well as they have the composure, I believe. They have the temperament to find themselves for a longer period of time and stick it out as well for their team right now.
Bobby, what do you make of the situation of the pitch, more importantly, because you read as a bowler, you can read it pretty well. How do you think the pitch is behaving?
So far, when we started the first 10 overs, I felt like it was a little bit slower. It wasn't as quick as other wickets that I've seen, but it looks like it might be getting better and better. So we just see, and also how we do play under the lights. But so far, with seeing these two gentlemen batting, they're actually starting to, to show that it will get better as the night goes on.
Well, absolutely too. It's going to get better when these two guys play on this. Now, Tasneem, do you see any change in the first power play as compared to the previous ones? Any stats that you can baffle for the coming guys on this?
No, personally not. India's still going at 8 runs and over in their first power play. Maybe the only difference for them losing the 1 extra wicket in that power play, they scored 80 runs for the loss of 2 wickets in that power play, of which they've been losing just 1 so far. Obviously, that meaning Virat Kohli's come in a bit earlier, but I always tell you this, Sunil. I've been telling you this throughout the entire World Cup. I'd rather get Virat Kohli out than get Rohit Sharma out on any day, because Virat Kohli for me is the man that plays 3 roles. He comes in, he stabilizes an innings, he rebuilds, and he still has the ability later on in the innings to play the role of the aggressor. So in my instance, I'd definitely want Kohli out way before I get Rohit, but one or the other currently right now is a plus for Australia.
Well, absolutely. Do you still want to look at 310-20 as a power score, or you want to shift the goalpost?
Yeah, I think, 300 is going to be a great score, especially with the due factor coming in later on, and you do know the ability of the opening batters as well, that is in the Australian team. But again, we'll keep mentioning, Ravindra Jadeja as well as Kuldeep Yadav that have the ability. Maybe they won't come out and take early wickets or come out and actually take wickets, but they do know how to contain the run rate as well. Taking into consideration the dimension on this field as well, it's a big ground like we heard earlier this morning, and it's not going to be the easiest, for balls to get hit off slower deliveries as opposed as it is for them to get away from the seamers.
Well, when you see such kind of total on the field, Bobby, do you think you already start thinking in your mind, we've got to defend, let's say, a slightly lesser this thing, and do the bowlers get into the zone while sitting in the dressing room, team batting first?
For me, like we said, there's still a lot of overs to go, so you don't want to, overthink on what is going to. You just live in the moment. At the moment, I would just say live in the moment and see how, as you go on throughout the day, on how many runs you can defend. So it's no panic yet, as Tess said it.
Well, you talk about living in the moment. Well, how are you spending your time in India? You seem to be in India playing cricket, right? You haven't left it.
Yes, this is my second home, so it's been beautiful. It's been good, being here. Currently I'm in Ranchi, so starting on Tuesday my Legends League game. So yeah, it's been absolutely amazing.
Well, it has been absolutely amazing hosting you as well. But before we go on to our wall to show what the wagon wheel looks like for Virat Kohli and KL Rahul, a quick word from Anil Chaudhary. Anil, do you think India is definitely strong in the game right now, despite the 3 big losses that we've seen?
I think I'll not undermine anyone,
yes.
But looking at the current form, we lost 2 good wickets and Gill on and off. So 2 good wickets, and look at the score. I think run rate is not a problem.
Right.
As I said earlier,
The projected score right now is 268 right now.
I think it will go up to 300.
All
Plus
right.
10 run plus minus with the fielding.
So you're
Factor.
saying,
Yeah.
build on, let's stay on to this thought. You're saying 10 overs, these guys should play further. Accelerate,
Minimum, because
minimum 10
one
overs.
more wicket here can create trouble. I would say safer is better than sorry. Just spend some time there. These bad batsmen are very good. They can always take singles, and they know that. They must be talking about that. So this partnership is very good, very crucial for India, I tell you, because one more wicket here can straight away bring down them 40, 50 runs down.
Well, absolutely. David, how is the Aussies bowling right now? Do they have their tails up? What do you see on your screen right now? The body language and how they are behaving right now?
I think the moment has passed when they could have really grabbed this match by the scruff of the neck, with those 3 wickets. And there'll be, I just see 1 or 2 signs of concern from the Australians. But they'll hang on in there. I mean, in terms of who will crack first, it won't be Kohli. I'll tell you that now. He's the man for cracking on the big occasion. I've got my eyes very firmly focused on his inexorable progress towards a World Cup final century here. I think it's on the cards for Kohli. How he would love to do that for his team and to play a key role. He was just a junior player when India won the World Cup. I'm not sure he made the final 11. It would mean so much to him to bring that trophy home to India.
That's an interesting part, and if my PCR can allow, we'll go down and see what the wagon wheel looks like for this particular thing. Well, on the screen right now, we have the wagon batting wheel of Virat Kohli. Now, if you see predominantly, he hits all across the wheel. He's got the ground, he's got this ability to play inside out. Sir, inside out khelne se, do you think there is a lot of advantage to a batsman even while chasing and putting up a big score in tight and line or length part?
Generally, when you're middling well and you know the field, to find the gap, you need to play, as you said, inside out and all. But you got to be middling well for that.
Right.
Because change of pace can create trouble when you're playing inside out.
Right.
So you should understand the line. That's what he is doing. And yes, you need lots of 1 and 2s here. Please wait for boundaries. Don't go for boundaries at this moment.
Well, these guys, the way these guys are playing, they're not in a hurry to score a boundary right now. Tasneem, what is the current latest right now that we should look at, and what are the ominous signs for India?
If anything, to go by what you're saying, that they're actually not in a rush to get anywhere. They're currently 114 for the loss of 3 still in 19.3 overs. So just 3 overs gone, still no boundary in sight for them. I'd say probably in the last 6 overs right now.
Absolutely. What would they be talking right now in between the changeover? Kya aaram se khel, theek hai, aayega.
They must be saying, okay, have some patience, wait for the loose balls and play normal game. I think playing at the merit is a good thing, and slightly on the safer side, maybe careful about balls outside the off stump. Don't go for that, let the ball come. Maybe that patience game is on, and they have a lot of eye contact.
Yes.
It's not about communicating all the time. By eye contact, they can message each other what to do, when to do, and basically the time is to take a lot of ones and twos.
You do understand the signs, because you've been a player yourself. You understand the body messages and the signs that they do. But tell me, is there anyone in the team, without naming the player, like Viru, who would sing in between the changeover, sing songs?
Yes, I think Ishant Kishan is a very cheerful guy. He keeps doing a lot of things. Everyone has a style.
Yes.
It looks that he is enjoying, but it's a focus actually. There's the way of focusing, which looks he's singing or something from outside, but that's a way of focusing. Everyone is different.
Well, absolutely. Tasneem, have you done something as freakish or weirdish as that, singing in between the changeover and singing it loudly?
Well, apparently I've been told about something I actually do when I'm batting that my coach seems to believe is, and he knows that it's my day, and I seem to be firing according to him. I tap my feet on the ground at the crease. I personally didn't know that until he mentioned it. But yeah, he says it's usually the indicator for him sitting from the outside that he knows I'm in touch with what's going on for me for that day.
Bobby, do you see something that we don't? Because you look very tensed on the screen right now. Now you seem relaxed.
No, I'm still, I said before the tournament that this was my team to lift it up. So as we're talking, I was still glued on the TV, also seeing on how the boys are going.
Absolutely. David Brooks, we want to come to you. David Brooks, any ominous sign that you see, any danger sign for India right now, the way things are going? Are they a little too slow?
Yeah, the danger will be one of these batsmen giving them wicket away. I don't see that happening. I mean, Mitchell Marsh is, he's not the most threatening of bowlers. I'm quite envious of Bobby there with his second home being India, because right now my second home is the local public house, the King and Queen, and the people down there are saying that India are still the favourites to win this match, and as long as Kohli is there, we don't need to see Sky coming in too early.
Right.
So they'll want to stay in another 10 overs, and then you'll see an acceleration. And with Jadeja and the new improved Jasprit Bumrah batting, I've seen him score over 20? I think he scored 26 off an over last year.
Yes.
He's been working on his batting.
Well,
I know it's untested, but this is a time to test big match temperament.
Well, absolutely. That you need right now is big match temperament. That's all we had time for. Keep watching NewsX.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.